Hi guys, welcome to Live with Vi, and if you like what you see, subscribe. So guys, I'm trying for the last time. Hopefully Dimple can see me live this time. I just spoke to her. She's saying the problem is she can't see when my Instagram goes live. I had the same issue yesterday, someone telling me that they didn't get a live notification. I don't know why that's happening. So I'm going to try for the last time. If she can't see me live, then we'll have to reschedule. But in the meantime, send me all the queries and questions that you have on your PCOD, PCOS, the hormonal imbalances. Like for me, PMS is a big thing. It's not a hormone imbalance, but it does affect, your hormone at that point in time. Yeah, see, I can't see Dimple. Even though she can see me, I can't kind of see Dimple. I don't know what the problem is though. Divya, can you message Dimple to click on my Instagram logo? Then maybe she can add me. If you're following her, so then at least she knows I'm live, because once she can send me the request, then it's fine. It's just that she can't see me live to send the request. Yeah, there she is. Yay. Dimple, I got your request. Yay, finally. Hopefully she can connect. Yeah, I know she joined. Thanks, Aisha. So guys, can you start typing your questions here? Hey, hello.
I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, Vaibhavi.
Absolutely
Living in the
fine.
countryside has pros and cons.
No, it's absolutely fine. We all waited for you.
So sweet, so sweet. Sincere apologies, guys. This is not a nice thing to make anyone wait, but there has been torrential rains in Bangalore city, and all the BSNL connections are down. All the Wi-Fi is down. I'm using data right now to speak to you guys. If you're able to hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you and see you. I spoke too soon. So Dimple, if you can hear us, guys, why don't you start, asking your questions, typing them out so that she can read them as well, since her network is not that clear. Dimple, hello? So basically, I'm gonna pin the topic here so you guys can questions on. I think, guys, we'll have to reschedule because there's no way she's gonna keep getting cut off. So what I'll do is let us reschedule it for next week, because this she's gonna keep getting cut off and it's not gonna be a easy session. So what I'll do is I'll post. I think next Tuesday we can do a reschedule on the same. Dimple, can you get in? We've already done a whole seed cycling IGTV, so you guys can look at that as well. Hey.
I am going to keep my fingers crossed during the whole life so it doesn't go away now.
It won't go now. It won't go. Third time's the charm. So let's dive right into it. I was just talking about why we have the Vikruti, the imbalances is because of your lifestyle and your food, right? That's what Ayurveda talks about.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
So tell me now, I have never gone through PCOD, PCOS, touch wood, but I have major PMS. So is that also a part of the hormone imbalances? And can we use Ayurveda to correct that as well?
Well, I'll tell you what, the pros and cons of PMS. Use it as a good excuse to harass your husband to buy you what you want.
He already knows that. He knows.
Okay? Charm him into buying the things you want. Even if you don't have a PMS, continue pretending you have a PMS. Use that opportunity to get what you want. Number two, PMS does happen because the body is getting a little cranky. It's a three dosha imbalance. Your kapha, pitta, vata, all three doshas are getting imbalanced.
Correct.
PMS is a time not to go on a diet. Eat what you want.
Right. I follow that to the T.
Yeah, your body will crave salty foods
Yeah.
sometimes. Please have salty foods. Your body will crave a lot of sweet foods because you're losing a lot of blood. But most important, have a lot of carrot, beetroot, spinach, and kale in your diet
For hemoglobin.
because that will take care of the hemoglobin levels and the potassium levels in your body because you're losing blood every month. If a man had to bleed for half an hour the way a woman bleeds for 5 days every month, he will be dead.
Hell to pay.
Okay? So, Padman says it in the movie, Akshay Kumar says it, if a man bled for half an hour like a woman, he'll be dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're losing a lot of blood and it is not easy. And guys, it's okay to talk about menstruation 5 days in a month. That is almost 60 days in a year, 2 months
I
in a
know.
year. Okay, which is a very important part of your life. Have a lot of carrot, beetroot, spinach, and kale in your diet. Lots of pomegranate and black grapes to purify the blood and generate new blood.
So is that related to PCOD and PCOS as well?
The diet is very similar for PCOD, PCOS because these foods help in strengthening the uterus. Now, first
Okay.
of all, people don't know the difference between PCOS and PCOD. They think it's the same.
I was just going to ask you, what's the difference?
So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome
Correct.
caused due to imbalance in your metabolic condition,
Okay.
caused due to bad sedentary lifestyle. Okay,
Ah.
it leads to weight gain, it leads to hirsutism, which is excessive hair growth around the chin, it leads to infertility, and it's very difficult to cure in the long run. The conditions are unknown. It could be from the genetic pool or it could be from your lifestyle.
Got it.
Okay, but I can assure you, genes are something that we can change. It's your
Absolutely.
lifestyle and your eating habits that makes up 99% of the diseases we have in our body. It's called Nidja Roga, diseases caused due to internal factors, the foods you consume.
We
So
can hear you.
in this case, don't have hormonal milk or don't have hormones
Yeah.
from other animals. Stop having dairy-based products. We are a big, flag bearers of ghee in Ayurveda, but in this condition, do not have milk, yogurt, buttermilk, paneer, cottage cheese, that is, or any kinds of cheese at all in your diet.
Correct. So
Okay,
that,
and
I've
also-
not faced that because I'm not a dairy eater. So
Yes, and it
touch wood,
affects your
that-
skin and hair dramatically, leads to a lot of hair
Absolutely.
loss. And PCOS, by the way, leads to excessive weight gain, unexplained weight gain. You can't lose weight no matter how much you work out. And it can also lead to obesity or heart conditions. So it's a clear kapha imbalance.
Okay.
Diabetes or excessive weight gain is a clear kapha imbalance, excessive earth and water. Stop having foods that are white in color like milk, dairy, wheat, rice, pasta.
Rice. Ah,
Maida.
okay.
Don't have
Maida.
white products. Instead, replace it with good earth foods like millets, bajra, jawar, makai. These are excellent foods. Amaranth, ragi. They're all brown in color and they're more suitable for your uterus at that point in time.
Okay, got it. So this is for PCOS, right?
PCOS. PCOD is due to ovarian disorder.
Okay.
That is caused due to imbalance in your estrogen. You're not able to digest the estrogen your body is producing.
So is the body
Indigestion of-
producing less or more? Or just
It produces
imbalance?
enough estrogen, but your body is not able to digest it. They
Got it.
say indigestion of thoughts, emotions, food, and estrogen leads to diseases.
Yes.
So indigestion of estrogen will also lead to diseases, polycystic ovarian disorder. It also causes infertility, but there are higher chances of conceiving a baby with PCOD.
Okay.
Okay,
I've
it is
heard
not
so
permanent
many people
disability.
having PCOS, so many, and right now, is it also to do with emotional or suppression of emotion that we are going through right now in this current time?
Totally.
Yeah.
My cousin struggled for the longest period of time. No matter what diet she went on, she couldn't lose weight. And then we put her on a diet and we realized the root cause of her weight gain and PCOS condition was because of excessive stress of taking care of her niece for first 2 years where she refused to sleep at night. She wanted to take care of the niece and the 2 years of disturbed sleep pattern caused a lot of
Caused the
damage,
entire-
collateral damage to tissues. So lack of sleep, excessive anxiety and stress in relationships also causes stress on the uterus. Because remember, we store a
Because
lot of
you-
emotions as women in the our body.
Absolutely. Our sacral, our uterus, all of it carries our emotion. That's why, this part is always heavy, right? We
Yeah,
feel-
and you'll
we feel it
notice-
there.
Yeah, you put on a lot of weight around the buttocks, the thighs, and
Yeah.
the abdomen region. Abdomen distension happens. And you'll notice that you're putting on weight just before the periods, enlargement of the breast, thickening of the lips becoming plump, or the cheeks becoming plump. These are normal signs. But infertility, inability to conceive a baby, or consume your favorite foods, and having food intolerances because of excessive pressure on the uterus will lead to a lot of anxiety, and it becomes a cyclical effect. You need to
Yeah, because
break the cycle.
so what should one do? What are the things we can do that kind of helps you, pass get pass through that?
Okay.
Is it something that we can do on a, say, a 21-day basis, or is it something that we should do every day over, say, 3 months? How does one plan that?
So let me tell you something called Saptadhatus in Ayurveda. It's the 7 tissues in the body. So when we eat food, the gets transformed into digestive juices. The juices get transformed into plasma first. The purified part of plasma gets transformed into blood, then muscles, then adipose, which is a good fat or the oil or the lubricant,
Correct.
then bone marrow, and the last tissue is sperm or egg. So what you eat today takes 28 to 42 days for it to reach the egg. So if you're trying to correct PCOS or PCOD, rule
It's that
number
much
one, you
time.
have to go on a 3-month diet. It's
Correct.
not an overnight change, and it's absolutely reversible. Absolutely reversible. You have to cut out all packaged foods from your diet, all dairy products from your diet, all white color foods from your diet, because that also causes white secretion for women.
So I heard a very interesting thing. It was so funny. Malaika Arora said this, that if it's white, it's not right. You know,
It's true.
if it's
It's true.
if it's white, it's just not right for you. Like, we've changed our rice. We eat red rice. And it's yummy. It's really
It's
good.
It's called parboiled rice in Kerala. Red rice, black
Yes,
rice, brown rice. These are excellent for your diet. If it's white, it's not right, because remember, white foods cause more accumulation of mucus. When we eat food, there are 2 kinds of fluids that comes out of it. One is a thin fluid, which is the digestive juices. The second is a thick fluid called mucus. The byproduct of food is mucus. And
correct.
accumulation of mucus is a breeding ground for all kinds of viruses and bacteria, including your COVID-19.
Because your mucus acidifies your body, and the biggest cause of mucus is dairy.
It's a food.
Dairy,
Everything white in color causes mucus even more. See, even the foods like wheat or, red rice or black rice causes mucus, but very little proportion, because they have a
correct.
drying astringent effect on the body. Accumulation of mucus causes your organs to slow down. It can actually block your kidneys, by the ways, and cause renal failures in the long run. It can even block your lungs, causing your lung capacity to go down, and lack of oxygen. It blocks even your ovaries and your stomach lining and digestive tract, because mucus is very thick and difficult to dissolve.
Correct.
What
So
do you
what
have
should
there?
a procedure be? Do we
What is the
like
one magic ingredient from nature that dissolves mucus? Honey.
lime? Oh,
Honey.
honey. Okay.
Honey is a magic ingredient for all body types. There is a tribe of what do you call honey gatherers? They have
Yeah.
literally half liter of honey in the morning. And then while they're collecting honey, they keep licking honey. They literally have 1 liter of honey per day, and they have 0 diseases in the body, because honey is manna from heaven, the nectar from nature.
Yeah. Correct.
Dissolves all mucus completely. It's
Oh.
heaty and it's pitta in nature. So if you have PCOS and PCOD, start having honey every single day to dissolve the mucus that is
So
accumulated.
how? Just raw honey? But isn't honey
Yes.
also, you have to have honey from the region? Isn't that also a thing? Or you can have any honey?
From the region. I'll tell you why. So if you
Yeah.
have a pollen grain allergy from your topographic condition, the honeybees collect honey and they hold the beeswax and the pollen grain in the sticky honey. So when
Okay.
you take the raw, organic, locally sourced honey, the stickiness holds the beeswax and pollen grain that enters your body and boosts your immunity against that pollen grain. You have to
Correct.
get
Correct.
chickenpox to boost your immunity against chickenpox. You have to consume that pollen grain to boost your immunity against that pollen grain.
So
So
Dimple,
always have
do
local
you
honey.
have honey at Prana? The local
We
honey?
do
Or
have honey from Vaidyaratnam. It comes from Kerala, but the difference is this honey is even more bitter in taste because they've cooked some herbs in it, so even better.
okay,
And
got
it
it.
barely costs like 100, 110 rupees.
So a spoon of
Just
honey, how do you have honey? Like, do you have it first thing in the morning, empty stomach? For me, honey causes acidity, empty stomach.
it does, because it's pitta in nature and you're
Yeah,
already a pitta prakriti. So
correct.
Generally, Vata and Kapha, honey is very good because honey is heaty for Vata and it lubricates the body. It's a great moisturizing agent. For Kapha, it liquefies the mucus that causes excessive weight gain. So if you're a Vata and Kapha, endomorph or an ectomorph, thick body type or very thin body type, you can take raw organic honey every single morning directly.
Okay.
If you're a Prakriti, you can take honey in either room temperature milk if you like. If you're not dairy intolerant, it can be room temperature milk, never hot, because honey becomes poisonous.
Correct.
Okay? Another thing to do is Pitta can have honey after meals instead of having before meals. Don't have it empty stomach.
Got it. So can you drizzle honey over fruit?
Honestly, fruits is sweet in taste. You don't need to sweeten it any further. Honey is best taken raw like a medicine. You must take honey as a medicine. It's not food. So don't put it in your green teas, black coffees, cookies, and cakes. Number one. Do not cook it. It becomes poisonous immediately because it releases the pollen grain and the beeswax, which causes constriction of the digestive passages. So don't sprinkle honey. It's not a sweetener. People have started using honey in the green teas, black coffee, thinking it's healthy. It's the exact opposite. It's poisonous.
So for people who have PCOS, they start their day, if they're not Pitta Prakriti, they start their day with honey, raw honey.
Yes. Okay. And you can also put half teaspoon of grated ginger. This is my favorite recipe that I repeat again and again. Half teaspoon of grated ginger, a pinch of pepper, a pinch of turmeric, and a pinch of cinnamon also. Vata and Kapha can do with the heat.
Okay.
Once your metabolic fire goes up, remember PCOS is caused due to metabolic condition or disorder of the metabolic fire. Once you stimulate your metabolic fire, immediately the body starts repairing its own tissues.
Okay.
Having a lot of fennel seeds is also advisable. Fennel seeds, fenugreek, which is methi, and carom seeds, which is ajwain, because the bitterness of these three seeds repairs the uterus.
So do you have them, do you roast them? Do you eat them, like chew them? How do you do that?
For fenugreek, I advise
in hot water
that if you have cholesterol issues or diabetes and PCOS, soak it overnight, 1 teaspoon fenugreek in 1 glass of water. Next morning, boil it and bring it to half. The juices will get released. Throw away the seeds and then drink the water.
Okay.
Okay, so that's for people who have diabetes, cholesterol, and PCOS. But for those of you who have only PCOS and don't have these health conditions, I prefer you cook methi with a little bit of ghee in your dals. When you're doing your dal ka tadka, cook it in either coconut oil or ghee and put a little fenugreek every single day.
Okay. So
and carom seeds.
So that helps basically starting the fire, right? Starting a metabolic fire. Okay.
So methi, what it does is it detoxifies, deworms, and lightens the tissues. We need to deworm our body constantly because we've stopped deworming after we grew up.
Right.
That's the reason why we become an accumulation of toxins. The second thing is carom seeds. Ajwain used to be put into our dough. When they used to knead the chakki ka atta, they used to put carom seeds in the dough. In the theplas.
Yes, I still do it.
It's excellent for both men and women because it's a bitter herb that helps you to detoxify the heaviness of the wheat or the bajra jawar khai. So you can put carom seeds in your roti. You can put fenugreek in your dals because the sweetness of the dal, the lentil, will cancel the bitterness of the methi and it's easy to digest. Then we had fennel seeds. You can use it as an aperitif or a digestive. You can have roasted sweet fennel seeds as a digestive immediately after meals, after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can also have a fennel tea every day. Fennel tea is excellent for women.
So this is for PCOD and PCOS.
Both.
Or even generally even for women's uterus issues.
I'll tell you something. This is what we forgot to cover. The uterus is sitting right next to the colon.
Yeah.
They're neighborhood aunties that gossip all the time. They know what's happening in the other person's house and they're constantly exchanging energies. You need to keep your colon absolutely clean. And if any waste has been sitting in the colon for more than 24 hours, it will get absorbed by the uterus. And the eggs in the uterus will start malfunctioning. They will stop listening to your pituitary gland.
Okay.
Now, remember the connection between the uterus and the colon. So I must keep my colon clean. I should never have constipation. And I must evacuate waste, improve my digestion, improve my metabolism. Number 2, understand that the uterus gets messages from the pituitary gland. Another thing you can do to stimulate the pituitary gland is make sure you have clean source of drinking water. There's a lot of fluoride in the water, which causes
Yeah.
fluoridation of the pituitary gland. It's become white in
Calcification.
color.
Yes.
That is also causing the uterus to malfunction.
So what
The
do we
water.
do? So what can we do for our pituitary gland? Is there anything you can?
This is my favorite treatment. People are surprised when we prescribe this treatment for PCOS and PCOD. It's called Nasyam. Nasyam
Okay.
is an Ayurvedic treatment where we massage the sinus glands and then do dry, hot fermentation of the sinus glands with a potli with carom seeds and pink salt.
Okay.
Put inside a kerchief, and then we do dry, hot fermentation to liquefy the mucus. And then we introduce medicine through the nose, like Anutailam or Balatailam, or even Kumkumadi Tailam, which is very
Tailam.
heaty, or Kapha Prakriti. You know
Right.
what this does? There is a point here between the nose and the skull where there is no bone. That's called the third
Yeah.
eye. There are 20 nerve fibers here, which is directly connected to the pituitary gland in the
Pituitary.
center.
Yes.
It stimulates those 20 nerve fibers. It goes into a vibrational mode, which causes the pituitary gland to start vibrating and releases all the fluoride. The pituitary gland then sends messages to the uterus on how much estrogen to release.
Got it.
So
But now-
hormonal imbalances can actually be corrected with Nasyam.
But now, if they don't have access to that right now, what is there something that they can do, a massage or something which kind of will activate the pituitary gland?
Yes, at home, I request you to take sesame oil or coconut oil based on your skin type. Sesame oil is good for Vata and Kapha, coconut oil for Pitta. Massage your sinus glands here with your ring finger, outward, downward motion like this. Outward, downward, because the mucus should come into your throat and you must spit it
Okay.
out.
Okay.
And then take a kerchief, put it on the tawa, hot pan, plain kerchief, and keep placing it on your sinus glands to liquefy the mucus. Once the mucus has gone, the medicine can enter. You can source Anutailam from an Ayurvedic center, put 1 drop in both nose and inhale it backwards. Let it go into your throat. You should feel the mucus dripping in your throat. Do not swallow it, spit it out.
Spit it out. Okay.
Okay, and gargle your throat with hot water, turmeric, and salt, because if the bacteria or the virus enters the throat, you'll get a kapha imbalance, throat infection.
So, but if I'm doing my sesame oil pulling every morning, does that kind of affect because I hold it when I'm killing it. I'm doing a 20-25 minutes, without a issue. Does that help with the third eye and the pituitary gland
It
opening
does.
up? Okay.
You know what it does? When you hold sesame oil in your mouth for so long, by the way, when we spoke about oil pulling, the difference between coconut oil and sesame oil
Yes.
is coconut oil is more drying, sesame oil is more heaty. So
Yeah.
coconut oil is great for those who have water retention. Okay, sesame oil is actually the traditional way. What it does when you hold it for long, it liquefies all the mucus. Once the mucus comes out, the pituitary gland is free to breathe. The mucus blocks the pituitary gland. It blocks the senses in the brain. And you don't have intuition. Have you noticed when you have a cold?
Yes.
Your intuition goes for a whack. Your judgment goes out of the window. So that's also a great way. And also at 6 in the evening, women should always put 1 to 2 drops of coconut oil here.
Okay.
This is where your energy chakras, like, your most important head chakra is. Just put a little coconut oil here at 6 o'clock and just massage it round in circles. By next morning, your scalp would have fully absorbed that oil.
And what does that do?
It basically reduces heat, and also it's a slight way of massaging your head region and sending vibrations to the pituitary gland. Right?
Okay,
Now, there is
got it.
another treatment, by the way, 2 more treatments, which I must tell you guys to consider whenever lockdown gets over for you all. One is Uttaran Basti, introducing medicine through the vagina into the uterus.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable. My sister did that and she was able to conceive a baby and have a beautiful, beautiful nephew boy. But if you're not able to bear it, you can introduce medicine through the colon, because like I said, the colon and uterus are neighborhood aunties.
to each
They
other.
exchange. Okay, so you can introduce the medicine through the colon. There are excellent oils, Matra Basti and Uttaran Basti, as well as, Anuvasana Basti, 200 ml of oil for Vata Prakriti. This medicine will help in cleansing the uterus. This is the treatment that we do before conceiving to keep a clean home for the child. That's another treatment. The third treatment is Shirodhara,
Yeah.
dripping oil on the forehead.
Yeah.
You know why
How
that
does
helps?
help with the? No.
That's a massage for the pituitary gland. When I keep dripping
Pituitary,
oil on the
got it.
head, the pituitary gland starts vibrating slowly. I cannot shake my head vigorously, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot reach out to my pituitary gland. But Shirodhara is a great way to stimulate the pituitary gland. There's Shirodhara, Kshiradhara, and Takradhara. Shirodharas with oil for Vata Prakriti, and Kshiradhara and Takradharas with medicated milk and medicated buttermilk for Pitta and Kapha Prakriti.
So I've
And
only
I
done
was
a
able to,
Shirodhara. I've
oh
never
God, I'm
done
telling
the.
you, I got the taste
I've
of my
never.
own medicine. Like you've done the treatments, Panchakarma, before I did in my own clinic.
Yeah,
I did it
yeah.
after you when I developed urticaria from food poisoning. And I did Kshiradhara with medicated buttermilk. The urticaria disease left my body in 2 weeks, but the doctor said it'll take me 6 months to recover, and she was impressed with my recovery. It is
So
magic, guys. Ayurveda's
I
magic.
love Shirodhara. I can do it all the time, and it's amazing. But I didn't know it's related to hormonal imbalances. Like for
You
me,
know,
it's absolutely centering. Shirodhara for me is absolutely centering. But makes sense. Obviously, my pituitary gland is open to receiving, so obviously everything else will also start functioning better.
there's another thing, in Ayurveda, there's a very famous saying that says, when a man or woman is in an inappropriate relationship with his environment, it leads to lifestyle diseases. PCOS and PCOD is actually a lifestyle disease. Even though they
Yes, of
say
course.
the cause of PCOS is not known, the cause of PCOD is ovarian disorder. But metabolic disorder and ovarian disorder both are man-made or sedentary lifestyle diseases.
Absolutely, because people, the number of people suffering with that, and the age at which the kids are getting PCOS and PCODs is unheard of. It's also all the junk in our food, all the hormones in the food, all the fluoride and the chemicals in the water, which causes that, right? That's causing our body not to be able to, function at its best or its optimum level, right? We are
Yeah, I
calcifying our
wish.
pituitary glands so much.
Yeah. You know what's the most important thing? 4 out of 7 women in India are now diagnosed with PCOS or PCOD.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
normal. Okay. And I'm telling you, I had fibrocystic benign lumps myself, breast lumps, which had to be surgically removed. And I wish I had information not to use roll on deodorants that have aluminum in it. Okay. That's one. Number two, soya milk is becoming a raging, fad. A lot of people are consuming soya milk, which also causes lumps in the uterus and in the breasts. Undigested food,
Yes.
unripe food causes lumps to be formed. Even that's very unhealthy. Using lipsticks, by the way, that has heavy metals in it. You must use organic lipsticks because, when this iron or the metal from the lipstick goes into the uterus, it causes fibroids. That's another problem. And
If I
we
don't
all
use
love
any
makeup. I mean, I love makeup, but I try to be very conscious about using a lot of Ayurvedic ingredients. Like I can go days together without a soap or a shampoo or a conditioner because there's so much in the kitchen that you can
Yes.
go days together and not miss it. And dairy products, guys, I'm telling you, this is your biggest enemy if you have
Yeah.
PCOS and PCOD. There's another couple of things that you should do in yoga, which can also reverse PCOS and PCOD in 3 months. The butterfly exercise, have you heard about it? Where you
Yes,
sit and
of
flap
course.
your
And
thighs.
yes.
That's excellent for stimulating the uterus. What happens when you stimulate the uterus and vibrate it? It starts releasing waste. It starts
Okay.
releasing toxins. And the period cycle, the menstruation cycle, is a self-cleansing mechanism that the uterus has.
But
It can,
even now, like you say, the self-cleansing mechanism, but is there certain things that you can have during your period so you get a whole clean cleanse? Because I tell you what, for me, the days I have the days I work out very well during my period, be it yoga, be it running, I feel my flow is much better and it cleans out the entire thing. But is there anything we can do to supplement it with food so that you get a very
yeah.
clean period?
Have a lot of bitter, astringent, and pungent foods during your periods. Bitter foods include foods like spinach,
Okay.
kale, celery,
Okay.
cilantro, because it cleanses the pipes and opens the blockages. If there is mucus in your pipes, in your fallopian tubes, then the flow is not regular. You'll have a lot of
Right.
white secretion and irregular periods. Irregular periods is a symptom of both PCOS and PCOD. So have
Correct.
a lot of
Hormonal
bitter
imbalance.
foods to
Correct.
cleanse your pipes. Bitter foods is your go-to. Karela, fenugreek, ajwain. Okay, fennel seeds is also excellent for gynecological health. Spinach, kale, cilantro, curry leaves, moringa, drumsticks. Drumstick is an aphrodisiac. What does it do? It stimulates a reproductive organ. It increases blood circulation.
So can you have your moringa powder in the morning with your hot water? Is that a way to do it, or you don't
No, I
recommend
prefer
that?
you cook it in your lentils, because it gets
Ah,
absorbed in your bloodstream better. Otherwise, you're just flushing it out.
got
Having
it.
all these powders in the form of smoothies and green teas in the morning is a fad. You can have one green tea, but how much can your body absorb?
Correct.
You can have one green
Cooking
juice.
it in your food actually gets absorbed better in your bloodstream. I got it.
Any day. It breaks down the complex, food ingredients. It breaks down the complex prototypes inside the moringa for you to absorb it better in your bloodstream. And remember, if you finish the cooking process well, half the digestion is done on the gas.
Done.
The other half
Correct.
is done in the mouth and the stomach.
Okay, I'm just going to see if there are questions. Yeah, there are. So Dimple, tell me something. So if say someone had to do, say, a 40-day cleanse for a PCOD or PCOS, what do you suggest? And what about the
Okay.
other two yoga poses? One was butterfly. Then?
There are actually 5 yoga poses. The camel pose. Have you heard of the camel pose
Yeah,
where you stand on your knees, bend
correct.
backwards and hold your ankles? This also stretches your uterus. Chakrasana is great. Shirsasana is great because it stimulates blood circulation up and down. And also leaning against the wall and putting your legs up and letting the blood from your
All the
legs
time.
flow to the uterus is a great way of stretching and stimulating blood circulation to the uterus. These are some exercise. Then there is Navasana, the boat pose, where you hold Chakrasana and, not the boat pose, the Chakrasana, and you just keep rolling up and down, massaging your uterus on the yoga mat.
Okay.
Holding your legs, you keep cradling up and down. That's a great way to massage your uterus because there's no other way to massage it. Then applying sesame oil or coconut oil or ghee in your uterus, Nabi Purana, into your nabi. That
So
calms the uterus down. Ghee is a great way to calm the uterus down. This is usually a pitta imbalance and a kapha imbalance because of excessive weight gain. You need to address both of it with your diet. You just remove vegan products and don't have seafood. Seafood is not an exception to estrogen. It still has eggs of the fish inside, the fish's body. Don't have seafood. Don't have eggs at all. People are like, oh, can I have eggs? But eggs is just estrogen, direct estrogen.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Would you have it?
It's
So
the period
eggs is
that the
strict-
hen didn't have. Basically, it's the period the
Correct.
hen didn't have.
Exactly. So you don't want to consume the estrogen of the hen, which basically takes 72 hours for you to digest and break down. So please don't do that as well. So these are some yoga poses you can do. And also sit on the ground, meditate and increase the static energy. When you sit on the ground without a yoga mat, without, a tablecloth or something of that sort, it allows the energy from the earth to enter your body. You can also have a lot of earth foods and sun foods, which is called sattvic. Sun foods are foods that grow 1 meter above the ground. Earth foods are foods that grow 1 meter below the ground. Sun foods and earth foods are sattvic in nature that allows your body to restore the organs back to good health. You need to give yourself a 40-day break, going on a mono diet, mung dal khichdi, having chawanprash every day, having amla or the Indian gooseberry. That's excellent
I was
anti-carcinogenic
going
in
to ask
nature.
you, amla I've heard is great for women. So how
It
do
is.
you have amla juice? I can't hack it. It's hard for me to have amla juice.
So, in your case, because the sourness of the amla, is, exhausting for you, you can soak it in jaggery water for a
But
few
it's not
days.
too heaty then?
It is a little heaty, but it also stimulates your metabolic fire dramatically. Jaggery
Okay.
water also sweetens it and cancels the sourness and makes it easier for you to digest it. That's one. There are some more magic foods I want to suggest for the uterus. Dates. Do not underestimate the power of 1 date per day. Women should have 1 date every single day. Having black raisins. Have you heard of the black Minaka
Yes.
Daka?
Of
The
course.
big one? And
Manakas.
raisins. Manakas, raisins, and black dates. These 3 are excellent. You can also have a lot of chia seeds in your diet. Even that's excellent. Flax seeds is excellent for stimulating hair growth and the uterus. Chia seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin.
Seeds
Yes.
are a great source of protein.
So
Women need it
basically
more than men.
your seed cycling, right? During your period, you
Yes.
do your seed cycling. It should kind of take care of that.
Yes, and if you remember, we spoke about chia seed, flax seed,
Yes.
pumpkin seed, and sesame seeds, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay, or even sunflower seeds, if I'm not wrong. We included sunflower seeds also. 2 seeds in the first 15 days of the cycle and 2 seeds in the next 15 days. So
Correct.
that's just a small part. Include that for the 30-day cycle and then have a lot of fenugreek and carom seeds during the 5 days of your periods particularly because it also prevents cramps in the body.
So does that replace the magnesium that we're losing during the period? Does methi seeds replace the magnesium?
It does. In fact, that's why we say have a lot of carrot, beetroot, spinach soup during
Yeah.
your periods also. because spinach helps in taking care of all your potassium, magnesium, iron levels that have dropped dramatically. If your hemoglobin level goes down, your spleen gets affected, your hair gets affected, your skin gets affected, your moods get affected.
Absolutely. So for me, the biggest thing is my mood getting affected. I'm good with everything else except my mood getting affected. And did the seed thing, but after a while it gets to you, right? Because it is still, you're still feeling the cramps, you're still feeling heavy, you're still feeling that soreness in your body, you know.
Do carrot, beetroot, spinach soup, because carrot is cooling. It's a very sweet taste. Beetroot
Yeah.
generates new blood. You know, when your blood levels go down, it causes
Correct.
irritability. Okay, it causes a rakta dhatu, it's called in Ayurveda. When it goes down, it is very uncomfortable. So you need to eat a lot of red colored foods to stimulate blood circulation.
So carrot,
Red
beetroot,
rice.
and spinach, do you have it during the period or do you have it before?
Throughout. Women should have it
Okay.
as often as possible. Carrot, beetroot, spinach, and kale. And have one date pre-soaked during the periods. Let it soak for half an hour, 1 hour, because it becomes sweeter. If you soak it overnight, it's even more delicious. It increases the kapha energy in your body. Raisins, manaka, black dates. You can soak it overnight for 5 days. Trust me, it will dramatically reduce the pain, because kapha is a sweet food that calms the vata down, which causes pain or dryness and roughness around the uterus.
That's why you crave chocolates, right, during your period, because
Bitter
your body.
chocolate.
Bitter
Why
chocolate.
bitter chocolate specifically? Because bitterness allows you to detoxify, deworm, and lighten the tissues.
Ah, yeah.
And there is another herb called shatavari. It's a magic herb for women. It's especially good for Pitta Prakriti. Shatavari is excellent for women throughout the year. You can just, boil it in your chai, tea, and drink it. It adds more flavor. It's excellent for women who are lactating. I used to give it to my
Yes.
sister on the 7th, 8th month. It allows good lactation and breast milk production, even
But-
after delivery.
But so I fed Vivansh till he was what, for 15, 14 months, and I was on Shatavari. I swore by it, but it made me gain a lot of weight.
Because it
It
cools
made-
the body down.
It made me gain a lot of weight. So how do you balance that? Because if you have PCOS, PCOD, you're already on the heavier side, because your body, your
Yeah.
metabolic fire is not working at its optimum. So how do you balance the Shatavari with the weight gain, or you putting on more weight?
So you can have a three dosha food. You can have ashwagandha, which is called the smell of the horse.
Ah.
Ashwagandha stimulates energy and reduces vata imbalance. Shatavari reduces pitta imbalance. And gugul. Gugul is a great herb. It's a root that reduces kapha imbalance, which causes weight gain. So you can take three dosha herbs in your morning chai.
Ah, okay. So that it balances them out.
Yeah, and there are two more medicines in Ayurveda that I know works like magic. If you've missed your periods, please don't take medicines to delay your periods. It's God's gift, nature's way of controlling your body. Don't, postpone your periods with medicines for a party or a wedding or a puja. It doesn't help. I've had therapists who've done that mistake for a wedding, and then we gave them a medicine called Sahacharadi Kashayam and Sukumaram Kashayam. These two
And what did that
medicines, you
do?
can take it away after prescription.
Okay.
Sahacharadi Kashayam and Sukumaram Kashayam, it's excellent. It dramatically changes your gynecological health. My therapist got her periods back within 20 days of consuming the medicines.
But it has to be under supervision, right? You have to have,
Yes.
you have to like meet.
You have to have a
your
prescription.
Ayurvedic, and meet the
Yeah, you
Ayurvedic
can
doctor.
get,
And
see, if you don't want to do a consultation with our doctors also, it's fine. If you have a prescription from other doctors, you can come and do it. I'm telling you, women, I know one woman who's been coming for last 6 months and taking this medicine, and she's just losing weight having this medicine because her PCOS, PCOD is getting under control.
correct.
A lot of women go undetected for months together, not realizing they have PCOS and PCOD.
And
Sahacharadi
also, water
Kashayam.
retention is a big side effect of PCOD, PCOS, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It is. You have to stop having salt in your diet and switch to pink salt, because salt
Yeah.
is hydrophilic, and PCOS, PCOD gets aggravated due to excessive water retention because that's a breeding ground for the virus. So women tend to become like a little flabby and loose around the abdomen because of this reason.
So switching to pink salt is a great solution for that, right? Because table
Oh, God.
salt, yeah, should not be had.
Yeah. As someone's asking if you can have beetroot spinach juice, I'm not a big
Yeah,
fan of vegetable
juices.
juices because you're not killing the parasites. You're then consuming it and stressing your gut out. Please don't do it. Soups are a better way to consume vegetables.
Then there's another question. Can we boil ajwain, fennel seed, jeera like tea and have it every day for hormone imbalance?
Oh, yes. Hell yes. That's my favorite recipe for indigestion, bloating, gases, flatulence, gynecological health, mood swings. Just take water, cumin seeds, fennel seeds, coriander seeds is cooling, cardamom, and little carom seeds, which is ajwain. Boil it together and drink it every morning. People swear by it. This is a recipe that I've been giving out for free to everyone on Instagram. They swear by it. I've got so many messages and pictures of people holding a cup of that tea saying it's changed their life.
Can we have home remedies for getting periods that are delayed for a couple of months?
This, please visit a doctor. Don't take it lightly because Ayurveda is an investment in your own health. An Ayurvedic doctor will put you on strong herbal medication because delayed periods, by the way, means a lot of things are getting blocked and accumulated in the body. It can lead to
Exactly.
diseases. And also birth control, by the way, guys. I know birth control pills is used a lot, but can't a man do one extra thing for you and use a condom instead? Birth
But you
control
know what?
pills.
Birth control pills are used now for clearing people's skin up, for losing weight. I mean, why? How can you add
It's
more
becoming an
hormones?
addiction. It's becoming an
How?
addiction to use medicines to cure problems in your body. Birth control pills is a very artificial way of interfering with your periods. One. Number two, taking medicines to delay your periods is very dangerous. It can lead to infertility. Number three, people get a lot of these new, plastic-based, I don't know what you call it, UID or something,
Okay.
which allows them to not get periods at all. They
Oh,
don't get periods.
okay.
They just have spotting for 2 to 3 days during the period cycle. That's even more dangerous. It will
Because
lead to
you
infertility.
because you're not letting the toxins leave your body.
No. And you know what? We've had 3 patients who underwent treatment in our clinic. One, my sister, who underwent treatment in Delhi. All 4 delivered baby in 2020. They all
Ah,
delivered COVID-19 miracle babies and they all underwent infertility treatment in our clinic for 28 days. One had infertility, IVF failed multiple times. The other 2 didn't have infertility. One never had a baby, the other had 1 baby. Panchakarma treatment to cleanse their uterus.
so
And
but this is only possible once the country opens up, right? Because
yes,
right now they can't do that. There's another question. Do PCOS patients require iodine?
iodine is a
Yeah,
misconception. Again,
yeah.
people think they need iodized salt. That was only during the freedom movement when people had goitre and elephantiasis. We don't have
Yes.
those diseases anymore, so you don't need
Anymore.
iodine
Absolutely.
anymore. Freedom movement was like 70 years ago. So, move on. There's enough iodine in your vegetables. Green vegetables absorb salt directly from the earth and they digest it before you digest it. So don't
They
have
say if you eat
artificial
salad
iodine.
twice a week, you're sorted with your iodine content, right?
Exactly, exactly. And stop breaking your food into iodine, potassium, magnesium, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Plants don't grow saying, hey, I'm magnesium, I'm potassium. Have well cooked foods, have foods that are seasonal. Please remember Ritucharya, Dinacharya rituals like respecting your climatic conditions, topographic and geographic conditions. Have a respectful relationship with nature and the changes in the environment. You will never have lifestyle diseases.
That's fantastic. Last question. Any remedy to get good flow of periods?
Have a lot of heaty foods.
Papaya.
Cinnamon, cardamom, clove, grated ginger, pepper, star anise, papaya. These are foods that will release blockages by increasing body heat. You might get a little boil or a heat boil. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. Let the blood come rushing out and cleanse your uterus. I'm telling you, one good period can fix all your uterus problems.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for me, I don't know why it's such a body intuitive thing that the day I'm gonna get my period, I know in the morning my body starts craving papaya. So I eat papaya religiously for those 5 days, to actually cleanse everything out.
By the way, a little caution, if you're trying to conceive, completely avoid papaya and neem in
Papaya.
your diet. It
Absolutely.
can cause miscarriages. People back in the day used to have papaya juice to cause an abortion.
Yes, yes.
So
That's why
don't do that.
everyone I think knows because raw papaya, cooked papaya, I mean, neem and papaya, I think everyone knows it's a no-no. So Dimple, also another thing I want to really talk about the Zoom workshop. I've got a lot of people messaging me saying, please count me in, please count me in. So let's figure out a date, and time plan as to how we can go about that.
I'm very excited for that. How about we do October 1st or the end of September, the last day? You can pick a day that is more suitable,
So
like a
can
Thursday
we,
or a
but
Friday.
can we figure out your internet connection first? So let's do that. Are you coming back to the city anytime soon?
Not till December. I love horse riding.
Okay, so then what we can do is let's figure out a time schedule. Let's me and you sit and talk about the timetable as to what works,
Sounds good.
and then we can put it up and we can have people join us, and we
I'm
can
telling
make
you,
a
this will
little.
be a life-changing, game-changer to have more women taking power and charge of their life and their health.
I completely agree. I completely agree because half your solutions are in the kitchen. You don't have to go run about, and pop pills.
Yes,
So
yes.
yes,
And
as
Vaibhavi, we
always,
also want to honor
amazing.
you
Yes.
with our Global Ayurvedic Brand Ambassador
Oh,
Award. Uh,
hello.
you're able to hear me? Yes, I
Wow.
think I'm losing internet. I'm
Thank you
losing
so
battery as
much.
well.
You're going in and out, but that's amazing. I heard the important part. Hello. I think
I'm going
Dimple's
to
lost
lose
connection.
battery and network very soon. I'm so
So Dimple, let's. Hello. I guess she's lost connection. But guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep you guys posted for the Zoom session that me and Dimple are planning. Basically, it'll empower you with Ayurvedic knowledge that you guys can use. Thank you guys for logging in.
Hey guys, thank you for logging into Live with Vi. Subscribe to see more videos.